Tales of the Other Side may contain explicit language, violence, body horror, and other gruesome descriptions. Listener discretion is advised. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tales of the Other Side, an actual play Call of Cthulhu podcast about three strangers in the late 1920s who find themselves bound by cosmic fate to face waking nightmares unlike anything they could have imagined. My name is Matthew, I am the keeper for this game. Quick fun fact for you guys today about Cedar Falls. Prior to 1859, when it was actually named Cedar Falls, it was called Millville because of the lumber mill.
Millville?
Okay.
So now we gotta get some Millville merch.
Bro, if I had a Cedar Falls, Delaware shirt with the fucking symbol of the offspring on the chest,
Okay, that
that'd
would
be
kind of
cool
go
as
hard.
fuck.
All
Dude,
right.
it'd be so
Dark green.
awesome.
That'd be sick. Or a hoodie.
A hoodie?
Yeah, I would go crazy with the Cedar Falls, Delaware green hoodie with the symbol of the offspring in the middle and some like slogan at the bottom. That's like
I got
kinda
trapped in
funny.
a cult in Cedar Falls, Delaware, and the only thing they gave me was this stupid shirt.
And all I got was a symbol in my arm and this stupid shirt.
Well, hey everybody, I'm Nathan, and I play Jonah Thorogood, an investigative journalist. And so a fun fact for Jonah, while he was doing schooling in New York before he ever came to Cedar Falls, he had a pet dog named Muttley,
Can I put you on the spot and ask what kind of dog it was?
golden retriever.
Hello, my name is Nick, and I play Archibald Bauer, a professor of anthropology from Boston. My fun fact is, during his time as a professor, Archibald is kind of known as the professor that lets his students get out of tests if they ask, to do something to prove that they don't need to take the test. And probably the most suspicious of these examples was when a student challenged him to a backgammon match, which obviously Archibald loves playing backgammon. And the student beat him, and the entire class did not have to take the test.
Oh my gosh.
Dang!
You know what? Archibald is a fucking cool-ass professor.
Yeah, what the
Dude,
heck?
I wanted one of those professors in college, man.
Man of his word.
Yeah, for real. Also, we got a sequel to the fact last week. This is crazy. I love that.
It's truth. It's canonical now.
Did he like go home and sit at like a backgammon board and like threw across and he's like, what am I doing? And then he saw like across the room, just like the board flipped upside down. Like he was like, no, I just got to get back to it. I can better myself.
He was in a rough spot after that, for sure.
If everything goes well for you guys and you make it out the other side, I think that Archibald Bauer might be one of the first people to get like movie made about him, about his backgammon journey.
Listen, if I don't have backgammon merch,
Custom backgammon boards for Archibald Bauer. It's got hieroglyphics on the outside.
hey everybody, I'm Noah. I play Adam Whitlock, archaeologist, husband, thief, and number one Paul hater. Fun fact for this week, we all get 5 sanity back because our gracious DM said that if the Eagles won the Super Bowl, he would give us 5 sanity back, and by George, they did. And it was a damn good game.
I'm pretty sure they heard me. They were like, oh, okay, well now we have to win the Super Bowl.
This is episode 10, Chapel Rome. From the Journal of Jonah Thorogood. Just when I think things have gotten as unbelievable as they can, something comes along and provides another reason for me to keep my expectations open. In the past week, I've seen more death, mutilation, and things beyond a sane man's comprehension that I fear my own sanity may be slipping. Am I a sane man for delving so deeply into this mystery? Archibald, Adam, and I encountered a man who had given himself over to the one from beyond, not only in mind, but also in body. To be frank, he's more machine than man. Paul, as he calls himself, claims to be the mouthpiece for this wretched cult, but his affiliations and willingness to help us have left me even more confused than I already am. Paul directed us to a secret passageway that leads to the chapel, despite knowing that we have already been invited. Does he really trust the cult? That remains to be seen. As my companions and I traveled the path laid out by Paul, we discovered that we may know even less than we thought. Archibald seemed to uncover more secrets about the cult, much to the disdain of Adam, and I fear our continued dabbling into these dark powers might be causing more harm than good. Despite this, we continued forward and encountered a chrysalis underneath the lake, something that could be seen from a viewport the cult had seemingly constructed. After taking stock of the situation and place we had found ourselves in, we progressed further into the cult's labyrinth. Statues of grotesque creatures we have been shown by the One had been erected here, and much to our collective fears, we believe they may have been used for sacrifice. I hope my eyes deceive me. Another room presented a corpse that Archibald was intrigued with, and after some fooling around, it reanimated and put the fear of God into us, chasing us to our current location within the chapel, the heart of the cult. I write this with shaky breath and even shakier heart. Let there be no worse ahead, as I don't know if I can stand it.
You stand in the entryway of an underground sanctuary, which is lit by flickering candles and chandeliers, which hang from a rich wooden roof held up by stone pillars. Handcrafted benches line either side of the deep purple carpet which you stand upon. Down the carpeted aisle is an ornate lectern with a set of large framed glasses resting upon it. Near the upper left and upper right corners of the room are purple curtains that appear to separate this part of the chapel from other wings. As you'd hoped, there seems to be nobody else around, but this emptiness causes it to be eerily, uncomfortably quiet.
Adam is a little out of breath from rushing into this place, so he's a bit, bent over. What was that thing? What happened?
I had no idea. Was that even alive?
I guess so. I mean, we've been seeing so many crazy things, but...
Archibald, did... What happened back there?
Well, I was just taking another look around, seeing as how we're trying to investigate everything. I'm not too sure what happened. Maybe I was inspecting the knife. I think it's important that we're safe now, on this side of the door.
Well, I do agree. Better that we're safe than running from the Walking Dead.
Yo, we are not safe. Not yet. Not until we're out of here.
Well, gentlemen, we made it this far. Let's see what we can figure out. And I will begin walking towards the altar.
Yeah, I think I'll head towards the altar as well.
I'll kind of start just snooping around this open chapel area first.
Adam, will you give me a spot hidden check? And Archibald and Jonah, will you give me spot hidden checks? Archibald and Jonah, as you guys approach the lectern, you see that it's just made of wood, very rich wood. On the slanted part that would hold a book, you see that carved into the wood is the 10-pointed star. And just kind of on the edge of the top of the lectern is those glasses.
I got a extreme success. I needed a 14 and I rolled a 14.
So Adam, as you're investigating these pews, you see that a lot of them have hieroglyphics in them, the same ones that you've seen over and over again, carved into the wood, and also something that looks unmistakably like finger scratches, like nails have dug into the wood along the top edge of the pews. And with your 14, you see that some of these scratch indents appear to have probably dried blood in them as well.
I mumble God, these people are sick. Y'all, I found some hieroglyphics on the sides of these pews. It looks like stuff we've seen before.
Hieroglyphics, you say?
Yeah.
I'll check those out in a second.
Sure, and then I'll walk over to the altar with them.
You do notice that these pews seem to be very, very well made. It's not like they just shabbily cobbled together pieces of wood to make them into seating. It looks very intentionally well crafted. Same with the lectern. This isn't just some sort of low-funded group. They seem to have money. They seem to have people with skills that are a part of it.
Can Archibald try to inspect the glasses on the altar?
What did you and Jonah get for your spot hiddens when you walked up?
I failed.
I also failed.
I'm walking up. Shall I?
Yeah, Adam, why don't you go ahead and you look as well? And since you rolled so well, why don't you go ahead and have advantage for this one? Archibald, what specifically are you trying to look at with these glasses?
Just would he recognize that they're the same as the man from the train?
Despite the fact that this happened a couple weeks ago and you were drifting in and out of consciousness, the image of the silhouette of a man standing off in the distance as fire blazes around and reflects in his glasses, and you've seen this godlike eye, it has stuck with you so deeply in the recesses of your mind that the minute you see these, you know without a shadow of a doubt that they are the exact same glasses from when you had seen them a couple weeks ago.
It looks like I'm rolling pretty hot today. I got a 23, which is a hard success.
Somebody has to. Because Lord knows it won't be me.
Adam, as you approach the lectern, in the base of it, there seems to be a piece of wood that is slightly lighter than the rest of it. Almost like there's some sort of small compartment at the bottom of it.
Yeah, that intense situation has my adrenaline still pumping pretty high. So I'm like hyper aware of everything, and I'll check it out, try to like lift it up, remove it to see what's hidden.
So as you bend down, you slide this piece out of the way, and it just moves very smoothly out. There's no resistance at all. And you see that dug a little bit into the ground, there are two things sitting in this little hole. Another one of those sacrificial daggers that you saw stuck into the throat of the woman, as well as a .22 short automatic handgun.
Y'all take a look at this. We got another blade down here, and it seems to be a gun.
So when you looked up to talk to them, you also noticed that on the underside of the lectern, there seems to be a switch. It almost looks like a light switch.
Oh. And I pointed out to you guys as well. Can I try to look and see if there's any like wiring that leads to where, this switch might activate?
Oh, yeah. Why don't you give me a mechanical repair roll?
Okay.
Just spice things up a little bit. Have some new rolls up in here.
I rolled a 16. It's a hard
Let's
success.
Oh my gosh.
Go.
That's what I like to hear.
Whoa.
You see these wires go from the switch and up into the backside of the lectern and seem to travel down at the base of the lectern. Like it's all contained within the lectern itself. It does not seem to go anywhere else. The wood isn't necessarily perfect. There's some splinters and cracks and stuff, and you can see that it just travels straight down from that wire towards essentially the base.
The base. Okay. I don't know how comfortable I feel just flipping this switch, but I'm a bit curious as to what it does. What do y'all think?
Hang on just a second. I want to walk over to one of the walls that has the curtains and look on the other side of them.
Are you going to the one on the right side or the left side?
If I'm looking at the altar, like from south, looking at the altar, I'll go to the one on the left.
So you're just gonna like pull back the curtain a little bit and peek in?
I don't want to be like super conspicuous. Like I'm not gonna, open it up like a shower curtain or something crazy, but just look around it. Yeah.
So as you pull back the purple curtain a little bit, you see that there is just a square room. In the wall directly in front of you, it appears to have some sort of essentially lockers or little storage areas built into the walls. Against the right wall, you see there's a satchel-sized device that hangs from a peg. And then above that on a shelf, there's a 20-gauge shotgun and a key made of some dark black metal.
Does there appear to be like lights up on the ceiling or anything that like are connected in the same direction
There is not.
to the other room? Okay.
In fact, the only light that seems to really be emanating is from these main chandeliers in the main area of the chapel. As soon as you kind of go through this curtain or look through the curtain, it's a lot dimmer than it is everywhere else.
There's lockers back here, and another gun, shotgun this time. Oh, this may be where they store their stuff while they're going to chapel. Why don't we check the other one really quick before we do anything else?
So you quickly dash across the main area and go over to the other room. And when you pull back that curtain, you see another small square room There is a wooden door that separates the south wall of this room from what you assume is another area. This room has a desk and a chair against the wall, and upon the desk is a thick leather-bound book. Above the desk, you see a wooden shelf with cubbies, and then a set of keys hangs upon a peg directly below the shelf. And I did fail to mention, I apologize, in the other room that you went into on the left side, there is also a door that seems to be separating that room from another one.
Okay. Well, this is not the only room, gentlemen. There's 2 doorways on either side. Seem to head back south in the direction that we came from. The one leather-bound book in the room on the right, I want to go over to that. Does it have a name on it? I just want to flip through it and see what it's about.
Jonah, as you go up to this book, you see that in gold lettering, it just says logbook on the front.
Okay. I want to open it up. What logs does this logbook have?
As you are looking at this, it is just page after page after page of lists of names with times and dates next to them. And you flip to the newest page, which seems to have the most recent dates.
Okie dokie.
Jonah is looking at this list of names. Archibald and Adam, you guys are still at the lectern. What would you like to do?
Like, while Adam's kind of doing this stuff, can I go over and inspect the hieroglyphs that he had pointed out earlier?
You absolutely can. Why don't you give me an intelligence roll?
All right. This has to hit. Well, I got an 81, and my intelligence is a 75. So let me think about how to push my roll. I think at this point, similar to Adam, Archibald is also very heightened, like definitely some adrenaline. Like, he just ran away from this creepy lady, and he, like, you know, he did something earlier in a different room with fire and books and whatnot. So I think he's just like, I need to do this now. Like, he's at 110%.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
All right. Okay, yeah, that's a hard success.
You see that there are 5 words that seem to be repeated over and over again, written in these hieroglyphics. Chosen, redeemed, worthy, believer, and devout.
Adam is going to wander over to the left side, into that little, side room. He'll just, if there's nobody there, we're going to push the curtain back fully. He's going to just, eye the shotgun. I think he's going to pick it up.
You remove this 20 gauge shotgun from the shelf on the right side of the wall.
Dude, Adam's about to be a straight badass with this shotgun.
Adam with a shotgun is an insane visual. It fits.
I pick it up and I break it, see that there's 2 shells in it, and then I back into place. Does it have a kind of strap attached to it where I could kind of sling it over my back?
There's a strap attached to it.
I kind of sling it over my shoulder.
So there are 2 shells in it already and 2 shells on the shelf. Other than that, you guys do not have any shotgun ammunition.
So I looked at the book. I saw that there's a list of names. I want to go over to the bookshelf now.
There's not a bookshelf. So above the desk, there is a shelf just with cubbies.
Oh, okay.
And then a set of keys is on a peg below the shelf.
Well, first, I'll look at the keys. Is there, do the keys have anything significant? Are they made of that metal? Is there any, markings on the keys or anything?
These ones seem to just be silver keys. There's just 2 silver keys. They look identical, and there's just the number 3 on them.
And then I want to look in the cubbies.
So in the leftmost cubby, you see that there is this metal tube that seems to have multiple pieces to it. In the middle one, you see that there are 4 electric torches that seem almost completely brand new. And in the right cubby, you see a necklace, which is the 10-sided star on a silver chain.
Definitely snagging the electric torches. You said there's a metal pipe?
It's kind of like this tube. It's probably about a half-foot long cylinder, and it seems to have 2 pieces to it.
I'm gonna pull that out. There's 2. Do they go together, or are they already
So it's currently together, and it looks like there's a top part and a bottom part that can pull apart.
So there's no markings on the outside of this or anything. It's just metal tube.
Nope, it's just a smooth cylinder.
Okay, then I'm gonna pull it apart.
The top half comes off, and you see on the inside there are a plethora of what looks like retractable picks. This enables any non-skilled thieves a 40% chance to pick the lock on doors.
Okay.
I will just kind of search through the rest of this room over here. Is it like combination lockers, or is it just I can open them and...
They're just open close lockers.
Okay, I'll start like going through that as well.
There are 5 lockers along the wall, and as you're opening and closing them, you see that they almost all 5 have identical contents, which are 5 hard hat diving suits and various pieces of equipment that seem like they might be used for cutting or carving. And then on the right wall, underneath that shelf that had the shotgun in it, on a peg, there is a satchel-sized device that hangs from it. It looks like a leather satchel, and there's something metal inside of it.
I'll open it up and look inside.
So when you open it up, there is a rectangular metal device that has multiple colored lights that are just sort of like evenly, slowly flashing red, yellow, orange, green, blue. Red, yellow, orange, green, blue. Almost what you would imagine is like a standby mode.
Mm-hmm.
And there also seems to be a small speaker embedded in the front of this thing.
Is there any way I can determine like what this thing is?
Why don't you just roll another mechanical repair to figure out sort of like what is going on with this device?
Oof. I got a 48. I needed a 45. I'll spend 3 luck.
As you're looking at this thing, you realize that the different lights correspond to a sensor that is in it. And it almost appears like the different colored lights will indicate if something is closer or farther away.
Like, so like if I put my hand close to it, it like flashes?
So when you put your hand close to it, it doesn't do anything. You can tell that it's supposed to sense something being closer or farther away, but when you try to experiment by putting your hand close to it, it doesn't change the coloring at all. So it does not seem to be trying to detect your motion or maybe human motion.
Okay. What if, okay, then I'm gonna like take it and walk it over to the secret door that we came in.
The red light holds steady, and then it gets closer, and you hear from the speaker almost like a Geiger counter sort of sound. It starts to get a little louder and a little louder. The light changes from red to yellow to orange to green, and then when you're right up against that door, it is flashing rapid blue at you, and the speaker is really, really loud, that Geiger counter sort of sound.
Okay. Cool. That's cool. I'll walk up to Archibald. Does any of this make any sense to you?
I was able to manage some of these hieroglyphs here. Chosen, redeemed, worthy, believer, devout. Other than that, not much is making sense. I have to ask, you seem like you've done some searching. And I like point to his shotgun and the thing he's holding in his hands.
I put the satchel on and I say, they definitely got a lot of stuff in this place. I found this machine. It seems to detect these monsters that we've been dealing with. I honestly, for the first time, I'm feeling a little hopeful, even though we're in maybe one of the most dangerous places we could be. Having this thing, and I point my thumb to the shotgun and then to the satchel. I say, we just might be able to make it out of this. Archibald, I just wanted to tell you that I'm sorry for being wary of you. I didn't mean anything by it. For whatever reason, I'm feeling a sense of clarity now after that adrenaline rush. It sort of snapped me back, I think, and I guess that's all I wanted to say.
Archibald is really bad at like having someone apologize to him, and he's kind of like little nervous, and he says, Adam, yes, thank you for apologizing. I'm sorry that I may act a little strange at times, in ways that make you think that I don't have the best intentions in mind, and I'm sorry about that. It looks like we both know that ultimately we're on the same team, and of course, as long as we all stick together, the three of us, will have the best chance of figuring things out. So thank you for clearing everything up.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and just kind of give him a smile and say, I know you got my back, and I finally feel like I got yours now.
Can I have both of you guys roll me a d6, please?
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 6.
Adam, you gain back 1 sanity, and Archibald, you gain back 3. From having this heart-to-heart, you both feel like something inside of you and your mind heals a little bit.
Hell yeah.
I want to see if this door that heads south in this room, see if I can open it.
You go to open it, and the knob won't turn.
Like somebody locked the knob.
Yes.
I am going to try the key that I just got.
So you use one of the key, and it goes in, and it clicks and unlocks the door. And you notice that above the door, there is a sign in hieroglyphics carved above it.
I think at this point, too, me and Archibald will walk over to him.
Yeah.
Jonah, won't have entered, and if he was going to, he would let you know.
Good.
So as the two of you go to join Jonah in this room, you see that the large leather-bound book is open to the most recent page. On the wall in the cubby, there is still one electric torch, and there is a necklace with a 10-sided star on a silver chain.
And when you guys come over to me, Jonah will hand you each an electric torch.
Archibald, as you walk in, why don't you give me an intelligence check as you see these hieroglyphics on the wall?
For sure.
And when I get close to the door, can I open the flap on the satchel and look at the device?
Yeah, why don't you roll me your check to use it? You want to get 60 or below.
I got a 48.
As you flip the switch, you hear, just a very low static rumbling, and the lights are going through the standby cycle. There does not appear to be anything in this vicinity that would be setting off this device.
Gotcha.
I passed, by the way.
Archibald, you can read that above the door, the sign in the hieroglyphics says reflection room.
I think I can make out some of what this is saying. It's some sort of, it says reflection room, something to do with reflection.
And I checked my device here, and it doesn't appear there's any monsters past this door.
Adam showing Jonah this thing. Jonah will pull out the auto lock picks that he got. I found these in here. I think they're gonna make it easier to get into things that are locked.
Well, Jonah, it looks like you've inspected most of this room. Were you looking to go through this door?
I figured I really just wanted to see if the key would work, and then call you over and decide. I'm good to check it out. Are you, Adam?
Yeah. I'm ready.
So you swing open the door, and you see a rectangular room that seems to stretch on for what looks like a mile. The entire left wall is a deep black scrying mirror. And the right wall appears to be a fresco mural depicting a green light in the sky, hovering above the lake as hundreds of people bow down in reverence. Plush cushions line the floor on either side of the room. This is a room for prayer. And all three of you hear in your minds at the same time a voice.
Pray to me, and I will give you power. You are in over your heads. Think of your friends, your family. You can't see them again if you can't protect them. If you aren't alive, I will lend you my power.
Archibald and Jonah, you both feel that symbol on the left arm throb with pain. I need both of you to give me a power roll to resist the urge to kneel down and begin to pray.
I got a hard success.
So did I.
So both of you have this throbbing in your arm and this desire to kneel, and you shake it off.
Archibald, did you feel that?
I felt something.
I'm just sitting there, like, inspecting the mark. Like, Jonah kind of rubs it back and forth, like, he's a little appalled with that.
It does not appear to have changed on your arm at all, but when you rub your hand over it, it feels so cold. And not with the hand that you're rubbing it with, it seems like just this area of your skin deep into your flesh and bone is cold.
Ooh. Can you describe the mural on the right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a fresco mural, and it stretches pretty much the entirety of the right wall. In the center of it is a green light in the sky hovering above a lake. And there are these tiny little paintings of people surrounding the lake in this field, this forest, bowing down in reverence at the lake and the light.
Okay, and these are, to be clear, like they look like people, like human beings.
Yes, it looks like human beings. Very like featureless, almost like everything else in the painting had a lot more attention to it, and the people are just like almost stick people in the way that they're painted, which is very reminiscent of the statue that you had seen in the tunnel, where the creature was very well carved and the people seemed almost like an afterthought, or a lot less attention was put into their design.
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, I do not like being in this room.
No, I can't say I like it either.
That power was... I'm very uncomfortable being in this room. I'm gonna leave.
This room is bad news. Archibald, let's get out of here.
Archibald thinks for a second. He wants to look at the scrying mirror, but I think he's gonna, remembering his improved bond with Adam now, he's gonna just agree and say, yeah, this room is not good. Let's get out and check the rest.
Archibald, as you're leaving this room, can you give me an occult roll?
Fail.
You feel that there is some sort of presence of magic, much like you had felt before, but you can't tell where in this area it's really emanating from right now.
Okay, so I think we left the room now.
Yeah, you guys are out of that long room and are, I'm assuming, in the smaller room that had the table with the book on it and the shelf with the cubbies.
Mm-hmm. I think now that we're leaving the room, and I like see the book, I'm gonna go over and check that out since it's open.
I did want to check out the ledger as well. But one of the things I wanted to do with it is flip all the way to like the beginning and see if there were any like names that pop out, that we might recognize.
As you flip to the beginning, you see Warren Proctor's name show up a lot at the beginning, but there aren't any other names that really seem familiar to you at the beginning. And then these are the names that you see when you go back to that most recent page.
Quick question. For Archibald, what's your girlfriend's last name?
For the listeners at home, it does, in this ledger, says Bethany Marsh, October 11th, 7:43 p.m.
Wait a minute. Holy crap. Hang on. Okay, that date. We started today on what? October 20th?
20th.
That's
9 days
21st.
ago.
Yeah.
October 11th.
9 days ago. So when we started our 9-day sleep, she showed up. Okay, yeah. October 10th, we did the radio thing. We talked with Amos and got the radio stuff done. And then we had a little dream on October 11th.
I'm gonna just kind of look at Archibald just with complete sadness in my eyes. But I'll turn to Jonah and ask, Jonah, you wouldn't happen to know if Officer Howard has a brother, maybe?
Yes, I do. His name's Rupert.
Hmm.
I also recognize some others on this list. Susan Harper. That's Amos's wife.
Oh no.
And Eddie Brooks. He's the library receptionist. Audrey works with him.
And Bethany Marsh. Archibald, I'm sorry.
Archibald has not taken his eyes off of that line on that page. I don't know what to say.
Listen, we knew we had to stop these people. I mean, maybe there's a way that we can change her mind. If it's you, Archibald, she knows you. I'm sure if you say, you know, these people can't be trusted, she could change her mind.
I don't mean to jump to conclusions here, but seeing her name here, I have to assume that she also had the 9-night dream, and she knew what happened during my dream, and I talked to her when I woke up. She didn't say anything about this. I just don't know what to think. I need to see her. I need to see her and get some answers from her.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, this rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper the further we go along. When we go back out to town, we have to be careful who we talk to. Because if these names are on here, I mean, these are people I've known in this town for years. Never would have suspected this. Now they're affiliated with it.
Before we go, Archibald just jots down these names in his little notebook.
And for our audience, here are the following names: John Griffith, Octavia White, Susan Harper, Kirk Weber, Melissa Orwell, Bethany Marsh, Rupert Nelson, Eddie Brooks, Warren Proctor, and Milton Blakely.
I do want to go look at the little necklace that was in there, the 10-sided star necklace.
Yeah.
Is it made of metal? And if so, is it of the metal that we've seen?
Great question. It is not made of that white metal. It seems to be made of silver. There's a silver chain, and the 10-sided star is silver. And embedded in each of the corners, there seems to be a very small purple stone in it.
Oh.
Why don't you give me an occult roll?
I guess I don't know how to read this. I think I rolled 100.
Is it 3 zeros?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100.
Wow.
The next time that I have you do an occult roll, you're going to have disadvantage.
Okay.
And you feel that mark on your arm grow ever colder. And the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and you feel like someone's watching you.
If I roll above a 10 on this, I'm taking the necklace. If I roll below, I'm not taking it. I'm taking the necklace with me.
So you guys watch as Jonah takes this 10-sided star necklace with him.
He kind of looks at it, he doesn't really say anything to you guys, but he just kind of looks at it, apprehensively. He's intrigued enough with the purple stones in it that he's going to bag it for later.
You think that thing will be useful, Jonah?
You never know with this. I feel like it might be important later.
Archibald, that source of arcane energy that you felt earlier, you now can tell is emanating from this necklace.
Ooh, interesting. Jonah, just be careful with that thing, okay? If you ever feel it's pulling you in the wrong direction, it might be best to leave it behind.
Do you think we should hold on to it? I can leave this up to you guys. You seem to think something about it.
You know, when we were in that room over there, the prayer room?
Yeah.
I felt a very strong presence, power. I don't know if it's the one or something like that, but some sort of power and connection. And it's almost certainly coming from that necklace.
When Archibald says that, Jonah takes it out of his pocket and puts it on the table. Thank you for telling me that.
Adam is just gonna nod and walk up to the podium and kind of look back and go, do y'all want to find out what this switch does?
I suppose we've already uncovered a lot of secrets. What's one more?
We wouldn't be investigating if we didn't look at all the leads.
And I will flip it.
The lectern seems to shudder and then raises up ever so slightly. It begins to levitate backwards, revealing a staircase made of stone that leads down into the ground.
Can we see down the staircase?
It is just darkness down the staircase.
I shoot my electric torch down the staircase.
You see that there is a room at the bottom, but from the angle that you're at, it's impossible to really feel like what's in the room.
What direction is the staircase pointing?
Yeah, it points northwards.
Okay.
I'll kind of sling the shotgun into my hands and just slowly start walking down the staircase.
I will shine the flashlight over Adam's shoulder.
I'm just taking up the rear.
You head down the steps which lead down into a small triangular room. In the center of the floor is the 10-pointed star you've seen numerous times now. Against the left wall is a long wooden desk. A bottle of whiskey and a box of cigars are placed near the corner of the desktop. Against the right wall is a bed and a small table that houses a hand crank phonograph. Some small metal contraption is attached to the crank of the phonograph.
That bottle's from the speakeasy.
We certainly don't know if the bartender has anything to do with the cult, but John Griffith sure did, and he was one of the people that was moving stuff like this. I'm gonna swipe the whiskey bottle.
Jonah's gonna go over to the phonograph and investigate, like, you said there was a metal thing attached to it?
There is like a small metal contraption that is seemingly attached to the crank itself of this phonograph.
Kind of like take it off?
It is screwed into the table and into the crank of the phonograph. It looks like it would automatically crank it so somebody doesn't have to stand there and hand crank the phonograph itself. Like it'll just play.
Oh, okay. Can I see what it was going to play?
You look down at the phonograph and you see that there is a disc that sits in the middle of it. It is made of a white metallic substance, but there seems to be a thin layer of ashen skin stretched over the top of the entirety of this object, and it slowly, almost unnoticeably moves like it's alive.
Bro brought a living vinyl record
What?
down into his basement to play on his phonograph.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's cool as fuck.
That is sick.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's so cool, and I just hate that I'm playing a character that does not want to interact with it at all. Adam is gonna say, I really would not go anywhere near that thing, y'all.
Jonah will go over to the record and he will flip it over to see if there's, like, if it's different on the other side or if it's the same.
It is impossible to lift up and flip over.
Archibald, is this hard for you to move to?
Let me give it a try.
And Archibald, you go over and you try to lift up this record and it does not budge at all.
This is very strange. I can't seem to move it an inch. Shall we try playing it? Archibald kind of looks and sees if he can find something to turn this on.
There is a little flip switch next to this mechanical device attached to the crank.
Gentlemen, I'm going to turn this on and see if we can hear anything.
Adam's bracing himself.
Flip the switch.
The mechanical device starts to spin, cranking the phonograph, and the needle places itself on the edge of the record. And instead of hearing any sort of static, you hear like a wet, squelching sound as the needle bumps up and down on this fleshy substance. And then you hear a voice.
Warren, you are mine. I have chosen you to follow me. You will follow me. The world depends on it. Everything depends on it. You are the only one worthy of leading my people. Lead them, Warren. Be my disciple. Bring these people to the new promised land. To salvation.
The needle gets to the center of the record and the device picks it up and starts to play to the beginning, and it begins to just repeat itself.
So, I guess, Warren Proctor really is the head of everything.
Yes, seems like he's the chosen one. Whatever that means.
Does he have anything in his desk? And I'll go over to his desk and see if there's anything in it, like in the drawers.
So you pull out the drawer and you see that there is a sheet of paper, just like a loose leaf sheet of paper that appears to have words written on it front and back, and then also a small leather-bound journal.
Okay, I'll read the paper first.
On the paper, in pretty small handwriting, is a list of nearly 6 dozen names that are crossed out. And Jonah, you instantly recognize these as the names of people from Cedar Falls. But then there are 4 names not crossed out. Howard Nelson, Loretta Preston, Rich Davis, and Amos Harper.
I knew we could trust my boy. I knew we could trust Howard.
I found a list of names, guys. These are all crossed out, but these 4 are not. In the list of names that's crossed out is Audrey in there.
Audrey's name is not in there.
She's not crossed out, and she's not.
It's not in there at all.
Okay. Would Jonah recognize any of those names, and do they correspond to names that we found in the logbook just recently?
None of those names align with the people in the logbook.
Okay. Okay. That's all on one side of the page, or that's just the whole
Both
page?
sides, yeah.
Okay.
There's like 70-something
A
names
list.
written on this, just old sheet of paper.
Okay. Seeing that that's about all we get out of that, he'll then look at the leather-bound book, or the journal.
As you open it up, you see that, as you're just kind of flipping through, written on almost every single page is the same couple of sentences over and over again in red ink or maybe blood. It says the following: I am chosen and redeemed. I am called upon by a higher power to do its bidding. I am worthy to gaze upon the eye. It just says this over and over again. And as Jonah flips through it, Archibald, you notice that on the back page there is a full page of hieroglyphics.
I definitely try to read that.
Why don't you do an intelligence roll, sir?
Success.
I'm going to send the hieroglyphics to everybody, and I will send the actual translation to just you.
Oh shit, that's a lot. Yeah.
Jonah, as you're thumbing through this, you also see there's another small piece of paper that is sort of just wedged between pages. It's just like a little scrap, no bigger than an index card, and it is simply just a square, and in the center of the square there are 7 straight lines that go up and down, and the one in the center is circled.
Okay. Jonah will show it to the rest of you. I really don't know what to make of this.
All of you having seen this, can you all give me an idea roll?
A new roll.
I succeed.
I'll take the fail.
I also failed.
Archibald, this almost seems like it's pointing to the cigar box.
I go over to the cigar box and open it up.
You open it up and you realize that it doesn't move at all on the table. It seems very much stuck in place, but as you lift the lid up, you see that there are 7 cigars inside.
Can I look under, on the bottom of the box, under the cigars, and see if there's anything?
Yeah, why don't you give me a spot hidden roll?
Hard success.
As you're looking at it, you realize that the middle cigar has a silver label on it, not gold like the rest. And underneath the cigar, there seems to be some sort of mechanism that goes from the base of the cigar into the bottom of the box.
Like it's a little lever.
Like a little lever.
Like the cigar is the lever?
Mm-hmm.
I push the cigar lever.
As you push it, you hear the grinding of stone, and a small slab in the wall begins to rise, revealing a compartment.
I look over at the other 2 and say, I guess we found yet another secret. I go over there and see what's inside.
So you see this compartment holds an ornate handheld scrying mirror and a scourge made of leather, clearly for self-flagellation.
Okay.
Okay, I'm stupid. What's a scourge?
A scourge is a whip that you would use to inflict self-harm as a form of devotion. So, Adam, having been present at the birth of your son, you recognize that part of this whip, the scourge, is made out of some large umbilical cord.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Having been present at the birth of your son.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's... Ooh.
That is awful.
I think I'm gonna be sick. Y'all, I think we're done here.
So the three of you head back up the staircase and head towards the left side of chapel into that other room. Adam, you've been here before, you've investigated it. Nothing is new to you. But for Archibald and Jonah, you guys see that in the west wall is 5 lockers that have hard hat diving suits and tools that seem to be used for digging or mining or carving. There is also a shelf that the shotgun used to sit on and a peg beneath it that has a set of 2 black keys.
I will enter the room and, like I did with the other room, I'll try the door handle.
You try the door handle and it is locked.
Okay. Then I'll go over to the keys and just unlock the door.
These keys go in, they click, and the door unlocks.
Is there anything on the keys that Jonah picked up? Like a number, perchance?
The number 4.
I'm going to walk close to the door and check the sensor.
Yeah, why don't you roll to use this device?
I'm scared.
5.
The almost Geiger counter sound comes in very faintly, and the light switches from red to orange.
My sensor's going off slightly, so let's be ready for anything that comes our way.
Keep that shotgun at the ready.
I think Archibald readies his gun as well.
Adam, you open the door, and the three of you see a long, stretching hallway. It's dark and damp. The ground seems to glisten with some sort of liquid. An abundance of handcuffs attached to neck braces are driven into the wall with metal rods. About half these handcuffs are occupied by dead bodies. Each of them is nude, and they have their head turned 180 degrees. A symbol carved into their abdomen, and a pair of long, spindly arms have burst from their chest. Someone is chained up at the end of the hall. They're alive. You can see them squirming, whether in pain or to break free, you can't tell.
If you're here to kill me, just do it. I want to be rid of the pain. God damn it, please. Don't just stand there, you bastards.
Howard?
Who said that?
I'll rush over to him and I'll just hushed, like a hushed loudness, be like, Jonah, bring those keys. Maybe we can open these locks.
No. Do not unlock me. You've seen what happens to the others.
Howard, what did they do to you? What's going on?
After I left you guys, I was coming down with something real bad. Wasn't feeling well. I ended up asking my brother to take me to the doctor. I passed out on the way there. I found myself here, naked, bleeding from the symbol on my stomach. I watched some of these people die. Their screams. The screams were terrible. Mr. Whitlock, Mr. Bauer, Mr. Thurgood, you cannot let this happen to me, please. Please.
Oh my God, Howard.
If you can't do it, I will. Just release one of my hands, give me the gun. Walk away, you can come back and get it when I'm done. It hurts so bad, I can feel something inside of me.
And sure enough, you see, pressing against the skin of his chest, something is moving inside of it.
I'm sorry, Howard. We should have warned you.
I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't help you guys, and now you're all mixed up in this. I'll make sure this doesn't happen to anybody else, please.
Howard, I'll make sure people know what happened here. I'll make sure you're not forgotten.
Thank you, Jonah. I'm so sorry. I couldn't do more. I thought I could help, and then it all went to shit so fast.
You did the best you could, and these fuckers are gonna pay.
Tell everybody I'm sorry that I failed. And if you see my brother, you find out why the hell he targeted me.
I will do just that, and I will not tell the town that you failed them. I'll tell them you're a hero.
You're a good man, Jonah. Thank you.
You too, Howard.
I could feel it. Oh, I could feel it.
I'm gonna put my hands on his shoulders, and say, Howard, I promise you, I promise you, this won't happen again.
Good. Thank God. Look, I can feel it. You hear his skin begin to rip and burst, and one of these fingers cuts through his chest.
I'm gonna stand up and just shotgun his head.
His head blows up, and the finger just edges down a little bit. Wet, dripping chunks of flesh fall to the ground. The wet ground. Well, that's a disappointment that didn't work. You hear a voice come from down the hall.
Archibald whips around. What? Who are you?
You see the silhouette of a man down the hall. You see, in the dim light, a reflection from large framed glasses. My name is Warren Proctor. You are Adam Whitlock, Archibald Bauer, and Jonah Thorogood. I've invited you to chapel, and it appears you found your way here early. I'd love to sit down and talk for a little bit, not in a disgusting place like this, so filled with the innards of failed experiments, but somewhere more comfortable, please. We can talk out in the main chapel.
I already hate his guts. Oh my fucking god, I hate his guts!
Adam still has his back turned, and gun barrel still smoking, breaks it, and the shelf flies out, and he just grabs one more and puts it into the shotgun, and then slowly, turns back around to this guy.
Before you even see him, you do recognize his voice as the voice from the radio frequency 2330 when you were with Amos. I really would love to talk. I'm sure you all have numerous questions, and, well, I think you deserve to have some answers after everything you've been going through at this point, to find this place and find me and what on earth is going on.
God damn it, Warren, did you let these people talk?
Of course, but they didn't have much to say. It was mostly just the screaming. And no, don't worry, these are not people.
I'm sorry, what?
They're not people?
No, they're not. Please.
I point at Howard and I say, this was a good man.
He is a good man. He is a good man. He is very much alive and well.
You're trying to confuse me. You're trying to confuse all of us.
I'm just trying to give you answers. That is what you've been after, right?
We can't trust you.
Understandable after everything that's been happening, the amount of times I'm sure you've heard, I only see part of the puzzle. Allow me to reassure you that I see all of it. I'm ready to give you answers. And you see the silhouette of this man walk away towards what you assume is just the main area of chapel.
Jonah will, I guess, get his gun at the ready, and I'll follow him out into the main area.
Archibald looks back at Howard, what's left of him, and says to himself, I'm going to make this right. Then turns and walks away.
The three of you walk out, and you see that Warren is sitting down in the front row at one of the pews. He's got thick black hair, a brown eye, and what almost appears to be like a glass eye, and very light stubble. You know that from when that telegram was sent, he probably needs to be in his mid-50s to early 60s, but he doesn't look a day over 28. Imagine like a 30-year-old Kyle MacLachlan. But his skin has sort of this light green tint to it. Archibald, as you're walking out, you see that with his sleeves rolled up, he has some words, these hieroglyphics carved into his skin. And they say, chosen, redeemed, worthy, believer, devout, as well as another word. But when you try to, say it in your head or even out loud, it's like your mind won't actually let you form this word.
Oh shit. I see it, but I can't comprehend how to say it.
Or almost like you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
Why would you bring Juno into this?
It's unfair, really. I must admit, Mr. Whitlock. You see, we need her to use you. You're important. All three of you are important. And we have ways of ensuring that the three of you are staying here, and if we need you, we have you. We need her to make sure that you stay in Cedar Falls. At least for the foreseeable future.
You sick bastard. Why?
Why what, Mr. Thurgood?
Why are you doing any of this? Why you? Why are you this chosen one?
I asked myself the same question the day this all started. I was just a humble antiquitarian, and one day started having these visions, these dreams of God coming from outside of our own reality of space, landing on our humble little planet and reaching out to me of all people. And I made my journey here to Cedar Falls, and I've been humble to the word of the one ever since.
So you don't even know why you were chosen. You just were.
I was. Who am I to question the knowledge of an ancient god from another part of space? He had lived here for so long, almost as old as the planet itself. Who knows how long he's been out there before he came here? You know, the accumulation of knowledge is so vast. Possibly thinking in other dimensions and realities. And I, just a mere mortal, am supposed to sit here and question that? No. It matters not why I was chosen, but that I was. In the Christian faith, Mary was chosen to have Jesus because she was good, honest, and faithful. Perhaps in some ways I was good, honest, and faithful myself to the one without even knowing it, and that's what I was chosen. Perhaps that's why Mary Hill was chosen so long ago. Who knows why this happens? But it did, and it does. I will not question that.
How can you say you are good if there is a torture room down the hall?
Well, it's not torture, Mr. Whitlock. In fact, we are hoping to keep those potentially dangerous people away from others. I told you that your friend, Officer Howard, is not dead, and I spoke the truth. In fact, Officer Howard is, at this time, on the other side.
On the other side? He might as well be dead.
No, he's actually very much happy, very much alive, waiting with people who he loves and cares about. Sure, he didn't necessarily come of his own free will at first, but he's there now and has experienced the riches that so far it has to offer. Imagine what's happening now as a great flood, and the other side is an ark, protecting these people as the world is destroyed before they can come back and repopulate an even better place. Terraformed by a god itself. Howard is there now, happy and safe and free. And yes, he will return to Earth at some point, but for now, he's there.
I have a question for you, Mr. Proctor.
Yes, Mr. Bauer, please.
How the hell did Bethany get involved in all this?
Well, perhaps this is a story that would be better told by her. I will give you the option happily. I will tell you what happened, or the next time you see her, you are more than welcome to ask her the same question. I wish not to take away a moment of understanding between the two of you, but I also refuse to sit here and refuse to answer questions.
Oh, be sure I'll ask her the next time I see her. I just want to know, did she come here of her own free will, or did one of your members force her against her will to come here?
She was not forced to come here against her will, and I think that you will be happy to hear that she has neither had the nine-night dream and therefore in turn not taken the hand or accepted any sort of promise.
What are these creatures? Where do they come from? Who's doing this to these people?
These armed creatures are the first things that emerge from the offspring. There are moments when we go from Earth to the other side, and as it's explained, the fabric of reality is somewhat shifted in that moment, allowing different sorts of creatures to come over, some of those being the offspring. Now, some of these offspring have, under the orders of the One, gone and collected some individuals from Cedar Falls, taken them back to the lake to be taken to the other side, and well, from there, there's sort of a body swap, if you will. The person taken lives on the other side happily, and a version of them comes back to Cedar Falls carrying inside of them an unformed offspring to eventually be born and continue to repopulate this world. And what you saw in that other room, which you called a torture chamber, which I would like to reassure you is not, is a way of us trying to hatch these creatures in a quicker fashion. You see, the longer that these offspring remain inhabited in these human-looking husks, the less pure they become, the way that the one intended, so we are trying to free them early.
For what purpose?
This world is soon to be changed drastically. It will no longer resemble this earth which we have grown accustomed to, but rather take on the form of wherever the one inhabited before coming here.
So then, the one is the thing that's gonna destroy the world?
He always has been.
Then why? Why would the one try to deceive us?
If you were told that something was coming to destroy the earth and make it in a better way, it is quite frightening, isn't it? If you were told that everything that you knew and loved was going to be destroyed by an alien god, would that not frighten you? Did it not bring some sort of comfort to think that perhaps that this one was combating something even deadlier and stronger, and though it may lose, you would still be safe? Yes, there's a form of deception, and I recognize that that is not fair, but what the one is doing is beautiful. Taking this earth and transforming it into something beyond our comprehension, where we can all live together in a better, more perfect, more united world.
What's wrong with this world?
Take a look around you, Mr. Whitlock. How many times has this world fought itself over the most minuscule purposes? Wars that have been fought, people killed, people going without food, clean water, a place to live. The one is going to take this world and take it all away. Remove all of that and give us a perfect place to live. It came from a place of perfection to our own planet to save us. You know what it's shown me? It has shown me that soon, very soon, another conflict would happen, tearing this world apart. In each passing decade, the world would further and further tear itself apart to the brink of destruction. The one can stop that. He can stop this needless fighting. Make it perfect. Don't you want to be happy with Juno and Virgil? And Mr. Bauer, don't you want to be happy with Bethany? And Mr. Thorogood, with Audrey? Wouldn't you give anything to be happy and safe with the people you love forever?
I'll tell you right now, nothing lasts forever, and I am happy and safe with them. And the only thing that has upset that has been this damn cult. It's been you, it's been the one from beyond. Before any of this happened, things were fine. Sure, people fight each other, kill each other, hurt each other, but they do good. They do good. What you're talking about is an absence of free will. Sure, there's the option for bad, but damn it takes a good person to choose the opposite, and you're choosing the easy way out.
Mr. Whitlock, given the choice, had you the moment to save only one, would you choose Virgil or Henry?
I would never be in a position to make that choice.
Well, you're about to be in that position, Mr. Whitlock. You may not have time to save them both. On one hand, you have this boy that has been through so much that you have given a promise to which you know you can't keep. He was destined for a greater purpose. That shard was always supposed to go in him. Well, your son, on the other hand, well, he's in danger, if I'm being quite frank with you. Mr. Whitlock, how much do you remember about your incident when you were a child?
Can't say I remember too much, other than seeing these offspring.
You were drowning. When you hit the bottom, the light began to fade and you saw the silhouette of something coming towards you. It ripped your stomach open. You bled out into that muddy, murky water and you died. Mr. Whitlock, you died. And beneath that water, you grasped onto a ceremonial dagger used for thousands of years by an ancient civilization. What you didn't know was that it had also been used to damage an offspring. That blood took itself and went into your own body, healing you and bringing you back to life. It's no coincidence that you are here in Cedar Falls. You have the blood of the offspring inside of you. You know who you pass that on to? Your son. So no, he isn't safe. And neither are you. And I'll ask again. You have one moment to choose between Henry and Virgil. And who would it be?
Adam's hands are shaking. He points the shotgun at Warren. You son of a bitch. Henry's gone. Henry's gone. I still got my boy. I might have failed Henry, but I will not fail my boy. So you go ahead and say one more thing about my family. Go ahead.
Your son needs to go to the other side or he will die.
I don't believe you.
Then your son will die, Mr. Whitlock. And there's nothing else that we can do about it.
Die at the end of the day, Warren. That's a natural part of life. You know, there's a thing in the Christian faith. They talk about false prophets. You're one of them. You see, beware of the false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. You've done nothing but instigate violence here today. You have a torture chamber filled with bodies.
Bodies of offspring and not people.
Your God is going to destroy the world to create some utopia? That's not a world I want to be a part of. That's not a world we want to be a part of.
Well, then it looks like you have a few options then, Mr. Thorogood. When this does happen, December 5th, you can be swept up in waves of energy, turned into a creature, or perhaps just eliminated on the spot. Or you will be hunted down and become a battery that feeds your energy to the One, giving him enough power to do what he needs to. You've all had the 9-night dream, yes?
Sure, yeah. So you just told me he doesn't have the power. Your God is weak.
My God is but an adolescent, but every person who goes over in a certain way becomes energy. Now you saw in your 9-night dream that spire that you went into, made of flesh and bone, and that's no coincidence. That's a person that you were inside of. A person taken from this world, taken to their side, and stretched into a fleshy spire that feeds their life energy into my God. So, Mr. Thurgood, you can die by purple floods of energy. You can die becoming a human battery from my God, which I know is real. I'm no false prophet. I'm not even a prophet. I am just one man doing what I can to ensure that as many people as possible get to live forever in a better world. And the three of you are opposing me, which is so frustrating to see that two people that have taken the hand are acting in such a way. You fight against the knowledge that is being planted inside of your mind by the One.
Jane Collins. What happened to her?
She is happily on the other side with Mary.
And the mother? What's her importance in all of this?
There have been many mothers over time since the One came here. All of them failed their purpose. Mary Hill was implanted with the fear of apocalypse. It was drawn to the One. She led her followers to the other side where she drank of his blood. And she became the mother. She creates the creatures that once inhabited the One from Beyond's world, being ready to repopulate this one in a beautiful image of what once was.
I still don't understand. Why did the One come here? Of all the places he could go, of all the planets he could repopulate, why here?
There's a wonderful question, and one that I still don't fully understand, if I'm being quite honest. I think it has something to do with his ability to be here at the dawn of its creation, understand the people, understand the way this world grew, and know how to undo that and make it perfect. I think it really was just happenstance that he found Earth when it was in its adolescence, much like he was, and they grew up together. He has such an intimate knowledge of this planet, its people. He can undo it and make it perfect for him and for us.
But he won't make it perfect for us. There's not going to be any more us. Once he takes over, it's all going to be his creatures. There'll be no more humanity.
What's the purpose of him taking people to the other side if he won't bring them back? He's keeping them safe there.
So only the ones that go to the other side will be saved.
Yes, which is why he gives the 9-night journey to people, to give them the choice.
I don't understand.
Mr. Thurgood, you are marked. You took his hand, and yet you fight against this knowledge. Why is that? Why don't you openly accept it?
I feel like it's being forced on me. That other room? Being compelled? Against my will? No, not for that. It's brainwashing. You have been brainwashed.
I am of perfectly sound mind. In fact,
You're clearly not.
I don't see any reason for there to be shouting at the moment, Mr. Thurgood. We're all having a civil discussion here. And you, Mr. Bauer, you are in the same position. The mark on your arm, this quest for knowledge. It seems you of all people would be the one most open to it. Being a man who collects knowledge, I just don't see why you wouldn't allow this knowledge to give you the power that is being bestowed upon you.
You've gravely misunderstood me, Mr. Proctor. I would never let my pursuit of knowledge get in the way of my love for humanity. I'm an anthropologist. I study humans and their connections to each other, and free will. And your God, he lied to us. He said he was fighting some big evil. He's the big evil. He's gonna get rid of humanity and all of its love. And I know that there's a lot of hate, but there's a lot of love too. And it's not right what he's doing. It's not right at all. I wouldn't let any pursuit of knowledge or power get in the way of saving my fellow people.
It was very well put, Mr. Bauer, and I very much see where you're coming from. I do find it interesting that you talk about the one lying, seeing as how, since you took his hand, you've lied to your friends numerous times in the pursuit of knowledge.
Look, Mr. Proctor, I never said I was a perfect man. And I could justify what I've done. I could say I've been trying to find the knowledge to put an end to this thing, but I know there's no justification for lying to my friends. But through all that, I stand by what I said. When it comes to saving the rest of the world, or even just these two gentlemen beside me, I would stop at nothing, and I would allow nothing to intervene with keeping our people alive. And Mr. Proctor, if you would stop taking us off track, I'd like to ask you about what those swimsuits were in the other room. Some sort of diving suits.
Of course. What would you like to know about them?
Well, I'd like to ask what purpose they serve.
See, we have people who take those diving suits and go into the lake. They go and harvest small pieces of the chrysalis of the one. They take those, and that's how they open what we call the gates. Which is not entirely untrue. There's a gate to the other side, but the people who go through the gate do not find a happily ever after, in the sense that you've been offered, but rather as being the power given to the one. See, going through the gate means that you become a spire. And Mr. Whitlock, if you'll remember, that piece is in your friend, who will open a gate. It's hard to imagine what that's going to do to a human body.
And you would just let that happen?
It's for the greater good of this world, for the betterment of humanity. Yes, Henry Preston will die, but so many others will live on because of him. His mother on the other side will know that he is the reason for her survival.
The others that are on the other side. This Gahern we've heard of. What's he got to do with all this?
How do you know Gahern?
A little birdie told me about him.
Seeing as how there's only 2 people that know of Gahern, me and Gahern himself, you met Paul. Is that how you found this place? Is that how you found the tunnels to come here? You may answer freely, no harm will come to him. See, Paul is my brother.
Oh.
Well, seems you're right on the money. Paul did tell us about him.
Well, what I'm sure he failed to mention is that Paul is Gahern. I see, my brother, he was sick for a long time, and we'd hoped that giving him some of the blood of the One would take away his ailments. And it did, but it also expanded his mind. His brain grew too large for his own body, and we had to take out some of it. So when we implanted it in a head, put it in the machine to stay here, while the rest of his brain and his body went to the other side. So yes, Paul is Gahern and Gahern is Paul, though Paul here has no idea that that's what happened. He's got a bit of fuzziness in the brain in that matter.
Wow. I don't know how anybody could do that to their family.
It's quite simple. I had a way to make my brother better, and it worked.
Part of your brother is trapped in a metal container, in a metal body.
Correct.
He's a glorified megaphone for the One.
Yes, he serves an important purpose of being a physical embodiment of the voice of the One. Well, let's assume for just a moment, just for this analysis, that you are a Christian man. Now imagine that your God in a dream came to you and said, Jonah Thorogood, you can be my voice for the people. And you, as a Christian man, believing in this God, believing in his word, would you not jump for joy at the chance of being a voice of your God? That seems not like a punishment to me.
I don't think I'd jump for joy. None of the prophets necessarily jumped for joy. And many of them questioned.
Sure, we all question. But at the end of the day, it comes down to a being of greater power and mind has chosen you to do something. And that's special. Gentlemen, I don't have a whole lot of time left, so please, if you have any other pressing questions this evening...
I have nothing but contempt for you.
Mr. Proctor, what's the prayer room? What's the purpose of that? Why what's the purpose of prayer to this being?
The same reason why you sat amidst the 10-pointed star in the labyrinth. The same reason you took the hand. Knowledge. And the ability to use knowledge. Knowledge far beyond our understanding, that of a god. Things that allow the human body to do things that years ago would have been improbable. But now, through the will and power of a god, do things that others would say are magic. This prayer allows you to expand your mind and do the things, harness just a small fraction of the power of a god.
I don't understand why you're giving people this power when the One's just gonna take over the world in a few weeks.
It's tricky, isn't it? That's another thing that I have also questioned. And I'm glad it's not just me. Why give us power? I think my own personal beliefs that some of it must be a sign of good faith, as mortals being granted some godly powers. A bit of a promise that what he's saying is true, that his power is real.
You said you're just a man?
I am.
So am I. And I'm gonna dash up to him, put the barrel of my shotgun to his heart, and just pull the trigger twice.
2 blasts of hot human flesh burst from his back. And he stands there looking at you in the eye as blood just drips from this gaping hole in his chest. And he smiles at you. Mr. Whitlock, that was really, really stupid of you. And he's going to quickly pull out the ceremonial dagger and stab Adam in the stomach.
Oh no.
Can I dodge?
I will allow you to dodge, but you're going to have disadvantage as it is basically a surprise attack with the fact that a man that you just shot through the heart is still standing.
It's fair. It's fair. Okay, I have to beat his attack?
Yes, so he got an 18, which is a
Fuck,
hard success.
Oh,
Okay, I gotta roll above
God.
an 18. And I have disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. 39.
This dagger plunges into Adam's stomach. It's going to do 6 damage. Mr. Whitlock, there is a literal god which partially slumbers within the lake in our small town, and you had the nerve to question his purpose. It chose its place of inhabitants with us. We were chosen. Wake up. You and the ones you love are being offered eternal life, and you're afraid to take it. And for what? A god offers you a chance to be happy for eternity, and you'd rather do what you can to undo this work. The world isn't black and white. Good and bad. Wake the fuck up. You are all still invited to chapel tomorrow, and I do so hope you accept it. And you know what? Meet in one place. We'll make it work. I'd rather see you all there and make some new accommodations. Plus, I don't think you want to miss what we have planned. I think you're gonna find it very important. Especially you, Mr. Whitlock. And he takes a step back from you, his chest still bleeding. And in a blink of an eye, 3 dozen cultists are around you. Have been there the entire time, invisible.
what?
And suddenly the room fills with an electric hum. You feel your skin grow warm and tingly like you're near a lightning storm. The candles in the chandeliers flicker and extinguish, and the illumination in the room now comes from the eyes of all the cultists as they shine a sickly, evil green. They begin to chant, a language you don't understand, but you don't need to in order to understand its purpose. The ground shakes beneath you, the flames erupt around you in the shape of a 10-pointed star. The flames rise higher and higher before shifting into a purple hue, and it plunges everything into darkness. You feel yourself become weightless for a moment, your perception is completely askew, and the next thing you know, you're standing in the nighttime darkness, knee-deep in the snow, though it's melted around you in the shape of a 10-pointed star. You're behind the Cedar Falls Inn. It's 11:30 p.m. on October 20th. You have less than 24 hours until you be back at chapel. A bright green light illuminates everything around you like a spotlight from God. You see from the woods and clearly from the lake the brightest and most green light you've ever seen. The clock is ticking. The end comes soon. Chapel is approaching, and your loved ones have no idea what's coming. Thank you everybody for joining us for episode 10 of Tales of the Other Side, Chapel Rome. I am Matthew, I have been the Keeper.
I'm Nathan. I played Jonah Thorogood, an investigative journalist, and holy hell, Matthew, this was amazing. This is awesome. This is crazy good, dude.
I'm Nick, and I've played Archibald Bauer, a professor of anthropology from Boston, and newly minted multilinguist.
I'm Noah. I play Adam Whitlock, archaeologist, husband, thief, and flicks shotgun. Groovy.
In our next chapter, our 3 heroes have less than 24 hours to figure out a plan to get back into chapel and what they're going to do once they're there. And we might find them in a space where they have some time to recover, recuperate, and talk to their loved ones, potentially for the last time. In chapter 11, Jonah Thorogood's Day Off.